Hello guys, welcome back to the channel. So sorry for the angle because we're once again here at Geely Quezon Avenue, and I'd like to thank Sir Rick for making these sets of reviews possible. And I'm currently sitting in the all-new facelifted 2025 Geely Okavango Elite. And as you can see from the looks alone, there's been a substantial upgrade with the chrome grille and along too with your LED lights. And everything is actually mostly the same, even on the side profile, but additional you get new sets of wheels. And like before, powering this is a 1.5 liter turbocharged 3-cylinder engine mated to a 7-speed wet type dual clutch transmission, along too with a 48-volt mild hybrid system that has a total power of 190 horsepower and 300 newton meters of torque. And I like to present to you now the interior itself. So few upgrades only. I know this is a new design now for your instrument cluster, which of course changes once you toggle with the driving modes. And here still have the same 10.25-inch infotainment system. So not much going on because this does not have Apple CarPlay nor Android Auto, but it has the QD link, which is like carbon mirroring. You have the 360-degree view camera, very good resolution, response time again top-notch like with most Geelys. Steering wheel, I think this was a little bit cleaner now compared to before. You get your cruise control buttons on the left side and volume and phone connectivity stuff on the right side. Your instrument cluster brightness along to with your headlight level adjustments, electronic tailgate button, extra compartment just down below, and below the air conditioning vents you get your toggle switches for your climate control, which I like, and this is your off button for the infotainment. Whoops, put you back first. There you go. That's your off mode for the infotainment system. Very simplistic. And gear shift, again, very European but still nice to the touch. Oh, you have two Type A USB ports along too with a pad here for your phones. Then gimmick stuff here. You get your driving mode, swivel wheel along to with other modes like for your hill descent, 360-degree camera, and for your electronic stability control program. Cup holders on. Okay, one small, one big one, and then you have a split type center console box with a decent amount of space. And another upgrade here, you get quilted leather seats now. So I do not recall this in the previous Okavango, and sitting here is very comfortable like with the previous Okavango. So this is your glove box with again good amount of space. Again, the same design here on the dashboard itself. So above here you get your LED lights along too with your panoramic sunroof. Stretches all the way to the second row itself. Sunglasses holder, then visor, vanity mirror with just the vanity mirror. I remember these do not extend. Yep, but it's fine. And then this is the second row of the Okavango. Like before, you have an excellent amount of space, and I literally forgot all about this. You have triple map pockets on either side of the seat. Climate control functions, again touch sensitive, which I find really handy since this is a 3-row SUV. No wonder it was so hot in the first place. And then cubby space down below along to with 2 Type A USB ports. The seats here pretty much the same like the ones in front. You get quilted leather, and sadly you will not be able to demo the third row, but hey, that's how much you can fit with this all-new Okavango Elite. And of course, you have the world. And here, first dive now with this Okavango Elite. Well, what can I say? It's almost exactly like before. So here, eco mode, and then floor it a bit. Yep, just as good as before. So you have now the assist of the 48-volt mild hybrid system. So the low-end torque of this is actually really good. So remember my reaction to with the previous Okavango. So I had the hilarious reaction when I timed this from 0 to 100 kilometers per hour. Make no mistake, this can do it in under 10 seconds, but the conditions back in the day were much different. Well, so is today. That's why I was only doing inside shots because the heavens already have opened. And like before too, the steering of this is actually light. Well, almost too light. If you're in eco mode, comfort, and then sport mode just weights up just a little bit. But hey, overall, if this is going to be your first car anyway, yeah, this is going to be very, very easy to drive and very, very fun too, as I demoed in my previous review of this Okavango. And here on the highway, just here around in Quezon Avenue, just rolling around 30-40 kilometers per hour. This is why I love Geely's too back in the day, because everything's so smooth, everything's so quiet, and then suddenly you want to turn up a notch. Yep, the performance of this is actually really good. So remember, having the 7-speed wet type dual clutch transmission, again, it's not as jerky as compared with like some of the other Chinese crossovers who use this transmission, and it's being a wet one, this is a lot more smoother now than usual. And like before, since this one's still mated to the 1.5-liter turbocharged 3-cylinder engine, you can feel a little bit of the vibrations, especially here on the steering wheel. At least it's not as bad with some other 3-cylinder vehicles, and I believe this is the only 3-cylinder MPV too in this segment, and as well a crossover too. So again, remember, Geely PH market this as a kind of like a 2-in-1 vehicle. Here, just slow it a little bit. Yep, just as good as before. And not to my surprise, the low-end torque of this is pretty much amazing, and one of the more sportier, one of the more sportier MPV crossovers, and I believe so too, the only MPV crossover that has a mild hybrid system. And the ride, going a bit here now faster, the ride is really soft, not much tire noise, wind noise, and all that. My driving impressions is basically the same as before, but of course, I couldn't pass the opportunity driving this new Okavango Elite, because like before, I said I love Geely vehicles. And this would have been my top choice aside from the Coolray, of course, because they have the same performance, plus this is already a 7-seater SUV. What else can you ask for with this vehicle? And driving this around in the suburbs here of Quezon City, yeah, despite being a very long vehicle, it's super, super easy to drive. And as well, hence the steering feel itself being very light. Going around even the tightest of streets is, again, top-notch compared with the rest of the Geely vehicles that I've tried out. And then here, let's finally try again sport mode. And brakes, pretty sharp too. Woo. Whoop, that's just the stuff just flying around, don't worry. Yep, just as good as before, and I see why this is still the most common sighted Geely that I see on our roads, if you do not count the Coolray, of course. And fuel economy, just driving around here in Quezon City, and it says here 13.2 liters per 100 kilometers. Of course, it can do better than that. And of course, with the amount of reviews now given by in YouTube with this vehicle, yeah, this is already one of the more fuel efficient and better crossovers to drive overall with in terms of fuel efficiency and driving dynamics. And now for the cost of all of this one stands at 1,368,000 pesos. So there will be more discounts if you avail here in Geely Quezon Avenue, and I'd like to thank them so much for making this sets of reviews possible, and to Sir Rick who made this all possible too. And there will be more special Geelys that I'll be driving right after this. I think you've seen it by now. So hope you guys like and subscribe, and I will see you with more future car reviews. Bye bye.